Ready for the video?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Alright.
Cool. Presence. Let's do one together.
Okay.
What is vibing? This is Vish and
Emma.
And today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
The key to opening up the universe.
do you ever find yourself stressed, anxious, or nervous? Well, that used to be me all the time, and then I found meditation. And now I've got hundreds of people on the meditation journeys, and I will soon be coming out with meditation products, so stay tuned for that. So today I'm here with Emma. Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a marketing major at UT, about to be a senior, and yeah, excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And have you ever seen Sadhguru before?
No, haven't.
Okay, so first time.
Yeah.
Awesome. And this seems like an interesting video, the key to open up the universe. What does that mean to you right now?
I don't know. I think this topic interests me lately because I saw a TikTok just about how everyone's hearts are kind of in an electromagnetic field, and if you open up yourself, you can be open up to manifesting anything and realizing anything in your life. And so if I had to guess, I would say it's somewhat related to manifesting and just kind of opening up yourself to what the universe can provide. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he says.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And if you have any other ideas as to what that means before we watch, please also comment down below. And with that, Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who's truly enlightening the world.
Let's get straight into the video.
Let's go. Pretty awesome.
This goal-orientedness, I want to win the race. See, if you treat life as a race, if you have to win it, you have to get to the finish line soon, isn't it? Do not fix life, either yours or anybody else's. Do you have the courage and commitment to make the possibility into your reality?
Wow.
Inevitably it'll yield. How can it not yield?
It's gonna be big.
Here we go.
Namaskar to Sadhguru. I am Alina Jacob, student of third year architecture. My question is, we live in a society where people are where we find people who are extrovert and introvert in nature. So the people who are extrovert, they are confident enough to express themselves. But meanwhile, in this competitive world, people who are introvert, will they ever be able to make a stand or mark as good as the way the extroverts do it? And even if they manage to reach somewhere in life, will they continue to be an introvert?
Interesting question.
See, the difference between this extrovert or introvert is, or what these two things are is, it's like mistaking your exhalation for inhalation and inhalation for exhalation. There is no such thing as extrovert or introvert. Do not classify people like that. Some people see that they need to act and reach out. Some people see there is not much need for that. So maybe they are not on the Twitter and Facebook and whatever. This doesn't mean they're introvert. They have a life of their own. We should not judge people like this. Every human being has a right to be whichever way they want. But now the question is, if I am not extrovert, will I be able to do things in the world? That's a main aspect of the question. See, your ability to do things is not because you want to do things. I want to do something is my desire. Desire is just an intention. An intention won't make things happen. An intention will only set direction. Still you have to make the journey, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Now, one important thing, especially because you're artist, you're not in business program or something like that, I think you should look at life like this. You must see how to enhance this one. Enhance this one means not blow up your ego in a big way. Enhance the life that you are. When I say life, I'm talking about the life that you are. I'm not talking about your body, I'm not talking about the structure of your mind, I'm not talking about… See, when people say life, you are supposed to decipher. They could be talking about their home, they could be talking about their relationship, they could be talking about their car or their dog or something. My life means something. I am not talking about that, I am talking about the life that you are. Are you alive? Are you really alive?
Yes.
Or just a bundle of thoughts, emotions, ideas, prejudices, opinions? Most people are just this.
Very true.
Because of that, we make conclusions, this is an introvert, this is an extrovert. Because without conclusion, you can't have a thought. You need conclusions and conclusions and conclusions about everything. Now I need to conclude, this is introvert, this is extrovert. Otherwise my thought every time freaks, okay, who the hell is she? But human faculties are such, I don't have to conclude, I can just look. This moment how she is, that's all that matters. Yesterday how she was, doesn't matter, isn't it? And tomorrow how she's going to be, you have no clue. Yes or no? Do not fix life, either yours or anybody else's. Do not fix it, because what you're calling as human life is a possibility. To make this possibility into your reality, you have to travel a distance. Do you have the courage and the commitment to travel the distance? That's all the question is. It doesn't matter what is your level of intelligence, what is your level of capability, introvert, extrovert, this, that, doesn't matter. Do you have the courage and commitment to make the possibility into your reality? That's all the question is. So, if you focus, whatever you're doing right now, it doesn't matter what it is. How simple an act you're doing right now, it doesn't matter. If you're absolutely devoted to that you're doing right now, depending upon various aspects, things will unfold. But because of Western influences, we become too goal-oriented. Goal-oriented means we are interested in the consequence, but we are not interested in the process. If you are not interested in the process, you should not be an artist. If you are not interested in the process, you should never design a building because it's going to land on somebody's head. Yes. Process is an end in itself. If you are absolutely devoted to the process, depending upon various aspects, something will come out. But now we are interested in the consequence, not in the process. This goal-orientedness, I want to get there, I want to get there. Where the hell do you want to get? No, I want to win the race. See, if you treat life as a race, if you have to win it, you have to get to the finish line soon, isn't it? You want to? Hello? If you get to the finish line ahead of all these people, you won the race. You know what the finish line is? We'll be negotiating where to bury you.
Damn.
Savage.
So, particularly being in creative arts, don't ever think of a goal.
Wow.
What should I become? How should I be? What should I create? Don't worry about these things. If you're devoted to the process, something will come out. Something more beautiful than you imagined will happen because you're devoted to the process. Without devotion, I'm specifically using the word devotion because people think devotion means going to the temple, church or mosque. No, without devotion, either in sport, art, music, spirituality, politics, business, anything, any arena of life, has anybody done anything truly significant without being absolutely devoted to what they're doing? Have they? No, mediocre things you can do. So do not think of art and aesthetics as a way to earn a living. Living will happen. Living will happen. This is what I'm promising people of all professions, no matter what, especially if you're an artist. If you have problem with bread, you come to me. I will make sure you have a roof and a bread. Only thing I want to see is, you're focused on something, I don't care what. Nothing came out of your focus, I don't care. But I want to see you focused on something. I can't stand unfocused people, that's all. I'm making an open-ended offer.
Wow.
Anybody who's
Big
worrying
offer.
about bread, you just come to me. I'll make sure you eat for the rest of your life and you have a place to stay. But I want to see you at least 12 hours a day focused on something, whatever the damn thing is. I won't ask you what you're focused on, but I want to see you focused. Because if a human being stays focused on something, inevitably it'll yield. How can it not yield? The universe will yield to you if you're focused.
Wow, that was a beautiful video, and what'd you think, Emma?
So many things throughout the video just kept coming to mind. I think one thing that came to mind first was I did a yoga class last week, and at one point the yogi said, the past is behind you, the future never comes.
Yes.
And what the guru was saying just reminded me of that quote, because he was talking about being interested in the process, and when you're focused on achieving goals, I mean, the end never comes. You're always left wanting more. After you achieve something, you're on to the next thing, and that's not a way to live your life and feel fulfilled. And he talked about being focused on a task, and I absolutely agree that just being passionate about something, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be something that produces a high income. It can be art or music or anything, plants.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was some of my thoughts just off the bat.
Well,
what do you
so
think?
much. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, and I think you really took out a lot of beautiful things from the video. And I also very much resonated with a lot of what you've said as well as what he said. And I heard this beautiful thing by Sadhguru himself, which was essentially the idea that, I mean, for example, we have all these beautiful plants around us. If you were to just focus on the soil, the water, and the sunlight, naturally the plant, let's say a fruit plant, would yield awesome fruit. Don't even think about the fruit, right? So I think it's a very important thing in Recipe for Life too. Focus on the ingredients and the recipe, and the end result will just naturally happen. So it's super simple, and it applies to the video as well. And also very much agree with the whole presence factor that you mentioned. Eckhart Tolle talks about this too. He's a spiritual teacher, and it's the whole idea of not making everything you do as a means to an end. Because every single time you do that, just like Emma mentioned, the end will never come. I mean, the future never really comes. If anything, what you do in the now is what sets the stage for that future. And the past, like you mentioned, it really doesn't exist, right? As Sadhguru's actually mentioned in other videos, humans unfortunately today suffer two of the most powerful facets of life, and that's their imagination and memory. These are really powerful tools, but most of us today are either stuck in the past, which is stuck in the memory, or making up all these unnecessary scenarios in their imagination, and they're just not living presently. So I think it's super important to really just live by that present moment practice. And what do you think about the way he answered the question? I'm curious.
I thought it was interesting because the question was centered on how do introverted people adapt in the world and show up, and he just kind of broke that framing of the question completely down, and he was talking about people who have all these thoughts and feelings aren't really people. Do you remember what he said?
Yes.
Like why they weren't people before that? Do you
It
remember?
was, yeah, I think something along the lines of like, he just didn't encourage labeling people and giving this conclusive like categorization of someone.
Yeah,
And that
right.
life has so much more value than just a name of you're an introvert, you're an extrovert, you're this or that. It really just fixes a label. And I think labeling in general, I've learned this from Eckhart Tolle too. For instance, if you were to call someone a thief, they're not only a thief from how you view them, but you're actually keeping a stamp of a label imprinted on your mind of that person. And he says it beautifully. It's that what if that thief just, 30 years from now becomes enlightened? So it's always important to, in a way, criticize the actions, but not the person. And to always forgive. I think that's a huge, huge thing. So
yeah, as he said, tomorrow they may not be an introvert, they may be a different person.
Exactly.
So yeah, you shouldn't put a label on somebody for something they do today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here. Thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate you making the time. If you have any other video requests, also comment that down below. And we'd love to hear what you thought about the video, and also comment that down below. And with that, make it a great day, take it joyfully, and stay conscious. Awesome job. You did great.
Thanks.
And you did awesome, by the way. So
Oh, thanks.
you did great.